what is up, you guys? It's a mini superheroes today. And in today's video, we'll be revisiting the 1999 Star Wars movie, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and the best versions of every LEGO Star Wars minifigure from this movie. Now, there have been quite a few minifigures from this movie, and it would take forever to go through every single version of every single battle droid, for example. So what these videos will be is going through the film and showing you the best versions of every variant of every character that appeared in that movie. So sit back, relax, don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this video, and let's dive into Star Wars The Phantom Menace and all of the LEGO minifigures that came from it. And being that this is my first Star Wars showcase, we're going to start off with some ground rules. So, we're going to go in very loose order of appearance in the film, and I'm going to show you the base version of each character in their best form. So, that being said, in my opinion, this is the best Qui-Gon Jinn that we've gotten to date, and this is the one from set 75169, Duel on Naboo. He's got great front printing and back printing as well. I wish that the legs were dull molded, but they do look good all around. The reason I think that this one is the best is when you lift up the hair and flip it around, he's got that face on there like he got stabbed from Darth Maul. So I do think that that is quite cool. And then with this figure, you can take a brown cape and just put it on there, and this would give you the hooded look for the very beginning of the film. Where the negotiations are short, so we could go there and put that hood on, and then we've got the robe version of Qui-Gon. And then the last thing that I'd want to point out is that in set 9499 Gungan Sub, there was an alternate head for Qui-Gon that had a breathing apparatus on it, so kind of interesting, but that's just about everything for Qui-Gon, as well as the set 75096 Sith Infiltrator had a poncho that you could put on Qui-Gon to make him look like his Tatooine version. So those are all the variants of Qui-Gon and the best versions that I can recommend, and we'll keep rolling on. Here we've got Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi, who also comes from the same set 75169 Duel on Naboo, same set as Qui-Gon that we just looked at, but he's a great looking minifigure, and there's only really one variant that we would do, right? So we just lift this up and we put the cape on, and then we take the hair off and give him the hood for his negotiation scene from early on in the movie. So that's all that we would do there. And then there is that variant that I mentioned that has the breather apparatus from the 9499 Gungan subset. So not too terribly much crazy going on here, but this is one of those figures that I feel like LEGO really knocked out of the park. So no customs or upgrades here, and let's keep moving on. Now these two figures are obscure ones. This is the Republic pilot and captain, as well as R2, R7 from set 7665. I don't have this set, and truth be told, these figures aren't really that memorable for me to go out of my way to get them, but we do have some images to reference, and there are some characters in this showcase I don't have, so there may be a few moments like this along the way. Anyways, let's keep moving on. Here we have TC-14, which is a chrome minifigure. Absolutely incredible. It doesn't really video as well as it looks in person, but if you guys have this figure, you know what I'm talking about. Like, from that angle, it looks great. Straight on, it looks kind of janky. Anyways, this is the droid that serves them drinks at the beginning of the film, and this is a real LEGO figure, even with all this chrome. It was a 2012 polybag, which, needless to say, is quite rare these days, but I'm glad to own this one, and even more glad to show you as a part of this showcase. Here we have Newt Gunray, and this is the exact figure that came in the set 9494, Anakin's Jedi Interceptor, and of course that's an Episode 3 set, but Newt Gunray was a central character in The Phantom Menace, so he's got to be a part of this showcase. Here we have Darth Sidious, and I know in technicality his face wouldn't be deformed at this point yet, but I think it just looks so good for the Emperor. This is just the regular old Emperor minifigure that has come in many sets at this point, but he's a great representation, because in this movie he's really barely even in it, especially when he's not a hologram, so no reason to get too worked up over it, and we'll keep moving on. Now here we have some battle droids, and there have been tons and tons of battle droid variants over the years that have come out, but yeah, these are just two from Episode 1, nothing too special, and if we looked at every single battle droid that ever came out, we would be here for the rest of eternity. So we're not going to do that, but I will show you, I don't know if you guys know this, that if you push the head all the way down and push the droid all the way down like this, they can kind of be in their folded up state like you see them at the beginning of Episode 1. Just a neat little trivia fact if you didn't already know it. Here we have a Droidica, and this was released with one of the Naboo starfighters years and years ago, and we've gotten several versions of these destroyer droids over the years. This is just one that I particularly like, but drop a comment below and let me know which destroyer droid you think is the best from over the years. Now, I know you guys have all been waiting for this one, Jar Binks. He's come in several sets over the years, and it's kind of funny because for a character that's really not all that well liked, it's a really fantastic minifigure with the exclusive molded head and the great printing on the back there. You can say what you want about Jar Jar, but he did get a pretty good Lego minifigure, all things considered. Here we've got the Gungan Tarpals, Captain Tarpals that is, from set 75091, the Flash Speeder. This is a set I don't have, so I don't have this minifigure, but I mean, he's cool, he looks pretty cool, but I just don't really see a need for him in my collection, and that's that. Here we've got a Gungan Warrior, and LEGO actually did two different Gungan Warriors over the years, but this is the one from the set 75086 Battle Droid Troop Carrier, and once again, it's really not a minifigure that I feel like anybody's gonna get too excited over, but it's just one that we've got to talk about while checking off the boxes. And for those that don't know, I recently held a competition where I was judging the best version of LEGO Boss Nass, and there's no way I could build a better version than the one you're seeing here from Stuntman Brick over on Instagram, so check out the description below to go give his Instagram a follow, and congrats again to him for winning the contest. And here we're taking a look at one of the most valuable and rare LEGO Star Wars minifigures, and that is Queen Amidala. She came in the set 9499 Gungan sub, and I've got to give a shout out to my buddy Josh for letting me borrow this. Thanks, man. Linked in the description below if you want to check out his IG. Anyways, this is a really rare minifigure because it only came in that one set, and is one of the more iconic LEGO Star Wars figures. It's really shocking that she only was made once, with this custom exclusive dress piece on the bottom, same with the head piece there, and yeah, it's a really nice looking figure. I wish I had it, but I just can't bring myself to spend the dough on it, so thanks again to Josh for letting me borrow his. Here we've got Captain Panaka, who of course is the captain from Naboo that goes on the Tatooine mission with everybody, but he's only come in one set. That was set 7961, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, and he's a cool looking minifigure, but I really am not sure that I like the face, but on the flip side, I really don't know if there's a face that fits better, so drop a comment if you have one in mind, and we'll keep rolling on. Here we've got Padme in her Tatooine outfit, and this is the figure from set 7961, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, but I did make one change. I used the head from the Episode 2 Republic gunship Padme, because I think that this face looks exactly like Natalie Portman, and it just makes this figure look so much better in my opinion, and yeah, I just had to go ahead and make that upgrade, but anyways, that's this figure. Here we've got R2-D2, a fantastic looking minifigure that has come in tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of sets. So I'm not going to list them all out. Chances are, if you're a LEGO Star Wars fan, you've probably already got this exact figure in your collection, but he's a part of the movie, so we had to count him in. Here we've got little kid Anakin Skywalker, a great minifigure who's come in lots and lots and lots and lots of sets, just like R2-D2 from before. He's a really great looking figure, and then of course we also have this variant head for him with his pod racer goggles on, and that comes from set 7962, Anakin and Sebulba's pod racers. So definitely an iconic character from this movie. He does have a backside to his head there, and there have been a couple variants of this figure with like different heads over the years and stuff, but I don't think anybody's too terribly concerned about it, so yeah. So to build Anakin in his Padawan outfit, you'll need the little kid Anakin face and legs, of course, because, you know, that totally makes sense. Then the torso is Episode 1 Obi-Wan, and the hair is from Zane from Lego Ninjago. Pretty simple, but a great look all in all. Hey, what is up, you guys? It's a mini superheroes today. And here we've got Watto. I do a good Watto impression, so I had to include it. But this figure comes in a couple different sets, nothing too crazy. Again, he's a figure that I don't know if people are going to be like crazy over, but he's part of the movie, so he had to be included. His top piece here is actually kind of rubbery. It's actually almost a little bit weird, but it is a great figure, great representation of Watto. But yeah, I don't think he's anybody's favorite character. So let's move on to the next character. Now here's a weird character that I bet you might not even know actually exists. This character is Aldarbito from set 7186. It's a figure that I obviously don't have since I'm showing you a picture here, but anyways, I figured I would point it out. Kind of interesting. He's a really old figure, obviously, and honestly doesn't really even fit in with the LEGO themes of today, but I figured I would throw him in there because we're doing a complete run here. Here we've got Sebulba from set 7962 as well as 9675. He's a really cool figure, and for all of the exclusive molded parts for him, I'm shocked that they haven't used this figure more. I bet we'll get him again before too terribly long, but you can see that his body is one central piece here, and his feet have a clip that you could put, you know, like a little clip or a handlebar or something in there, and then his feet are identical on both sides, and they just clip on just like that and go like that. So pretty interesting. He's definitely one of the more uniquely molded LEGO Star Wars minifigures, but yeah, that's Sebulba. Here we've got Anakin's mom, Shmee Skywalker, and I can already hear people complaining that I used really rare parts, but I'm sorry guys. The head and hair is from Leia from the Ultimate Collector series Millennium Falcon. The torso is from Jedi Bob, who we'll revisit in Attack of the Clones, so stay tuned for that, with tan hands added on, and then the legs from Unkar's Thug from LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. And we're taking a look at TC-14 again because, guys, honestly, for C-3PO with the work-in-progress model that he is in this film, I really can't think of a better minifigure to represent that than this one. I mean, a custom build would be great, but I don't even know what parts you would use, so drop a comment below if you have any ideas for building C-3PO from this movie specifically. Here's another weird figure that I'm always like, I can't believe this exists. This is Anakin's friend Wald from the set 7962, Anakin and Sebulba's pod racers. It uses that same Greedo head, but with completely exclusive printing to this character, and I mean, I just don't see him as being super memorable, so it's crazy that he gets a minifigure when there's other characters that still haven't gotten minifigures from Star Wars. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments below. And over the years, we've gotten several different versions of pit droids, which debuted in this movie and have also shown up in places like The Mandalorian. I don't have any in my collection, but you can see some images here so you can get an idea for what they've been built like in LEGO in the past. Here we've got a Tuscan Raider because they do show up briefly during the pod race, and the Tuscan Raider has come in many sets at this point, so too many to list, but anyways, we had to include him. Here we've got Arwa Singh, who's a figure that I unfortunately do not own, but she was briefly in the movie, and when I mean brief, so she's briefly in this showcase. And here we've got Darth Maul. The version that I'm using is the original one from the 90s, and you guys might be thinking, Jonathan, mini superheroes today, are you crazy for not using the most recent version of Darth Maul? And, you know, I might be a little crazy for it. I just really like the 99 version. I think that it captures the menacing, aesthetic of Darth Maul, and it just works really well. As far as the lightsaber is a cool piece because it's one of these flick fire missiles with a Technic pin right there, and then you just barely push it on, and then you put the red lightsaber in, and it gives you a cool way to build his double-bladed lightsaber. In any case, I'm not an entire purist for going with the 99 version, so I do have the modern horns there that you can put on, and I really think it makes this figure look fantastic when it's all said and done. Here we've got Master Yoda from the Jedi Council, so I just used the standard Yoda that we've gotten recently from LEGO. Nothing too crazy here. And here we've got Mace Windu, and you're probably thinking, Jonathan, why is he holding a blue lightsaber? Well, I'll tell you in just a minute. This is the Episode 3 Palpatine's Arrest version of Mace Windu, my favorite version of the character, and the reason I gave him a blue lightsaber is because in 1999, with the toys from Phantom Menace, Mace Windu did not have a purple lightsaber yet, and they just gave him a blue lightsaber in the toy. So it's a callback for those of us that like all collecting Star Wars stories, and it's just a little Easter egg more than anything. And if you've made it this far in the video, you're probably thinking, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Here we've got Kai Ade Mundi, and he shows up on the Jedi Council, so I put him in this video. And here we've got Yadal, who's a female Yoda that appears on the Jedi Council. Do you think she's Baby Yoda's mom? Drop a comment and let me know. Anyways, I know that this might look a little bit silly, but I also know that a lot of people would have asked why I didn't include her if I didn't include her. So I used the Yoda body, basically. I just flipped the arms around and used the back of the torso with Padme's hair. Super easy, and I just used some blue sticky tack on that hair to get it to stick to Yoda's head. So, again, not the best custom in the world, but people would have asked if I didn't include her, so here's what I got. Here we've got everybody's favorite old Sheave Palpatine. Now, I will say that the dark brown hair from Harry Potter actually would work really well. It's the dark brown hair, but in gray it only comes in Harry Potter. That's the best way to word that. But I used the head and hair from Captain Stacy from LEGO Marvel for this. I used the torso from Collectible Minifigure Series Dumbledore, and I used the legs from Tina Goldstein from the Collectible Minifigure Series of Harry Potter. And last but not least, I'm just showing off 2 Naboo guards from over the years. Nothing too crazy, and we've gotten different pilots and guards and stuff. I guess these are both pilots, technically. But anyways, just showing them off here. There are more, but nothing too terribly crazy to be concerned about. And let's go ahead and zoom out and take a final look at all the figures that we looked at here today. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this showcase video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because I'm going to be going through the Star Wars films and doing this for all of them. So be sure to hit like and subscribe, guys. I can't wait to see you on the next video. These do take quite some time to make, so Attack of the Clones will be coming up next, and be sure to stay tuned. Alright, see you guys on the next video, and thanks for hanging out on this one. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more LEGO videos just like this one, and stay tuned for more awesome stuff coming on this channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.